everybody, and welcome to a very special video that we have prepared for you guys today. As you notice, this is not going to be a normal episode. This video is probably less than 15 minutes by the time we get done with this.
Better be. Yeah, I hope so. It will be.
And, you know, normally with me is Nick.
Yes.
And as you might notice, for the third time in a row, Grant is here as well.
It's me.
So Grant has little idea of what's happening right now. He's kind of been teased just like the rest of you.
Wait, is it time for that?
Yes.
It is time for this.
Yeah.
Holy
This is happening.
shit. You brought me in for this?
Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
Dude.
It's a special moment in our lives.
Yes.
I expect big bucks. I'm not cheap.
Big bucks, no whammies. Anyway.
Pay for what I get.
So here we go.
So we've been teasing you guys with an announcement for a little while. Grant has been part of this tease. A lot of Facebook stuff has been part of this as well, if you guys have been paying close attention to little things. We are very proud of where we've gotten. We just released episode 26. There's a lot going on with our channel, with our lives, with everything that's going on here, and we're going to bring it to a new kind of light. So, since the beginning, Nick and I have been the players of the Roundtable.
Yep.
We're the founders of this entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool, but we needed more players.
Yeah.
So, Nick and I are changing things a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And we are no longer self-identifying as the players of the Roundtable. We are self-identifying as what we are now calling All Around Productions. Because we will have what two things?
So that would be All Around Podcast, which everyone has known and loved, as Jeremy just brought up,
Yep,
that we've been doing episode 26.
I've been on it twice.
Yes. And we've also started a new segment, which is going to be All Around Gaming, which
Yep.
is going to be our main kind of masthead now for our Twitch channel.
Yep.
So you've been seeing a lot of stuff on Players of the Round Table with specifically me and Jeremy, but now we're moving to All Around Gaming. Jeremy, though, a lot of people are probably asking why we already have a substantial setup. Why are we moving?
So, all the Players of the Roundtable is now going to envelope not just the All Around Productions and our content, but
Well, also Two Guys, One Live Stream. We've had them as well.
it is also going to include Two Guys, One Live Stream like it has.
Yes.
Which are Zach and Q. You guys are very familiar with Zach and Q. If you pay attention to the YouTube channel, you get to see all their fun videos and all the stuff that they put out.
Mm-hmm.
So Zach and Q are still here. They're not going anywhere. If anything, they're going to get an incredible boost from this.
Yeah.
They're just as excited as we are.
Yep. They're totally on board. They're not obviously here for it, but they're 100% on board.
To add to this,
Pouring out for my homies.
We have Grant.
Hey!
And
That's
as we've
me.
said before, Grant is Sora of the Light. And Grant has...
A Twitch, a YouTube channel, Facebook.
Yes. Which we'll have all plugged at the bottom of this video.
Yes, everything
We'll
will
have
be
all
down
the
there.
links, so we won't worry about too many plugs right now.
Grant does a lot of Twitch streaming for Kingdom Hearts, amongst other games.
Yep.
He's also in a lot of streams with us,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
under the Players of the Roundtable aspect. So Grant is now a player of the Roundtable.
Yep.
As well as...
Congrats, buddy.
Thanks, I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
promoted.
welcome to the team.
I
You
got
were-
promoted from friend to player.
You were not voted off the island, Grant.
Yes! I'm not the
Um,
weakest link. This is not goodbye.
Now, the next thing that we are introducing to the Players of the Roundtable is a little bit different. Now, you guys have not ever put a face to this name, but we always talk about Kyle. We call him Paw Paw.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle
Pops.
is very
Paw.
near and dear to our hearts. Kyle has streamed with us before. Kyle has been on the live streams. He's cracked some jokes. Kyle is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Kyle is a very, very big movie enthusiast. He sees literally every movie that comes out.
Yes.
Every Thursday night he's in a movie. Probably every Sunday after he records his podcast, which we're getting to, he also goes to a movie. Kyle's always in a movie. Kyle has two really, really good friends that he has seen movies with for years, and their names are Dave and Kenny. And Kyle, along with Dave and Kenny, run a podcast called The Ones Who Watch. And it comes out weekly, typically on a Monday. It's available on iTunes. It's available on SoundCloud. And it will now be available through the Players of the Roundtable Facebook, as we welcome the three of them as Players of the Roundtable.
To the fold.
They are not here right now because they are busy recording their podcast.
Yep.
But if you like movies, which almost everybody likes movies, you can get full opinions from them, as well as funny comedy segments, as well as games that they play and trivia and stuff like that. You get to hear Dave be negative about things that Kyle is positive about, and Kenny be confused as to why Kyle is so angry. It is wonderful.
It's a great cast.
But
Kyle is an angry little man.
the best part about this is Kyle and Dave or Kenny can now jump right along into us and be on the live streams, because I'm 99% sure both Dave and Kenny are getting Star Wars along with the rest of us. They can hop right in. You guys are going to know who they are. You guys are going to see their content. You guys are going to... It's going to be great. So what Players of the Round Table has evolved into is now a hub.
Yeah.
And it is a hub on Facebook, as well as on Twitch, as well as on YouTube, for all of the content produced by our closest friends.
Yeah.
So you've got, like we said, the All Around Podcast, the All Around Gaming, Two Guys One Live Stream, Sora of the Light, The Ones Who Watch. 5 major productions, each doing something different, each having their own little twist to it, all in one spot that you can like, you can subscribe, you can comment, you can follow. Every single link to each one of our things will be at the bottom of this video.
Mm-hmm.
And in the future...
All of the links.
All of the links. Facebook, Twitch,
All of
iTunes, SoundCloud, all of it. It'll all be there for each one of our things. We will list who does what, who is where.
Yep.
And you guys don't have to be unfamiliar with who we're talking about.
Yeah.
And you guys can hop from the All Around Gaming to the Ones Who Watch to Two Guys One Live Stream to Sword of the Light, come all the way back to the podcast. We can bring Kyle on a show, we can bring Zach on a show, and everything will be uniform.
So, Jeremy, obviously that's a lot of information to take in at once.
Yes.
We're expanding, essentially, is the main overall thing that we can point out. We'll go in a little bit more about our all-around production in a minute. But, so a lot of people might be getting a little bit overwhelmed, though, with how much information is coming out.
Yes.
Now, how are we clarifying and kind of mainstreaming the process where everybody can view one whole central source?
So basically, you can go to Players of the Round Table on Facebook and find every single one of our pieces of content shared in the same spot.
With everyone.
With everyone. You can go to YouTube and find highlights from Two Guys One Live Stream and highlights from Sword of the Light. And you can find special 5-minute, 10-minute recaps.
Previews, even.
Or previews of what Kyle, Dave, and Kenny will be talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You can find our episodes of the All Around Podcast.
Yeah.
You can find highlights of the All Around Gaming. You can watch the Players of the Round Table have our block party that we plan on bringing back.
Mm-hmm.
You can see all of those cool...
You didn't tell me about
Yeah.
that.
I know.
The block party's coming back.
The block party's
We're
coming
getting the
back.
band
We're getting
together.
even more people. Yep. We're getting even more people for that one, too.
There's going to be a
That'll
lot
be
of different things. And anybody who has anything to do with any of our live streams, has anything to do with any of our videos, they will be a player of the round table.
Yes.
They will be included in this.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you can be part of this. You can be part of what we do, and we will love to have you guys in here.
I think overall, I think me and Jeremy have been working on this channel for almost a year now.
Yeah?
Yeah, we've been working on it for a
9
very
months.
long... That's what I'm saying. We've been working on this for a very long time. We've been learning a lot, and we still have, obviously,
A lot to learn.
only more to learn. But I think what me and Jeremy have taken in, especially over the last couple months since we've even talked about doing partial announcements, is with people like Grant and a lot of our friends. They're essentially like a family to us. We've been playing games always. I mean, way before we started doing any even type of social media stuff in general. I mean, me and Grant have really been friends since goddamn elementary school.
Hell
It's
yeah.
like fifth grade.
Yep.
4th grade for you, but yeah, 5th grade. So we've been friends forever. We've always been gaming together. It's always something that's come natural. So I think a big thing that me and Jeremy wanted to do was, as we started to push out content and as our friends started to have their own venues as well, to just obviously make it essentially just one big family where all of us still have our own independent things. You can obviously still check out, you know, if you're obviously mostly into Grant's content, obviously check out his own channel. Obviously check out what he's doing individually. But
Watch
if
me
you
play Kingdom Hearts for
Exactly.
5 hours.
Exactly. But if you just want to get an overall consensus of where we're at, obviously me and Jeremy are going to be posting all of our main stuff on there, but as well, Zach and Q, Grant, Kyle, Dave, Kenny, any of them, if you want to see anything, the overall central source of that is the Players of the Round
Players of the
Table
Round Table.
Facebook.
And YouTube and
Yes.
Twitch. Because Twitch will be auto-hosting. So if Grant decides to stream one day, you can watch it on his channel. You can watch it on Players of the Round Table's channel.
Yep.
It'll be there. Follow both pages because you'll get everything.
Yeah.
If you go to that one source, you will get everything. So speaking of how we are changing things with the all-around productions, Nick and I are getting a little more centralized
Yes.
with what we're doing.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, so that is even bringing back to originally why we brought up all-around gaming. So that's another major feature that we brought up. We want to implement that specifically so me and Jeremy aren't really butting in on players of the round table.
Yep, because we are not the only players.
Exactly, and the biggest thing, too, is obviously me and Jeremy started this channel in particular specifically, but that does not mean that we're any better than Grant or Q or Zach or Kyle or Dave or Kenny. All of us are gamers, all of us are playing stuff all the time, and all of us are uploading content constantly.
We the best.
Exactly. We the best, as a great man once said. So most importantly, me...
Hashtag we here.
Yes.
WII here. Hashtag we here.
Another
Bringing
one.
that back. Bringing that back. Hashtag
Another one.
we here.
Another one.
So, that is why me and Jeremy are exclusively going to all-around gaming. We're more precise with that, even though despite its very generic title. But
Yes.
that's specifically why. Me and Jeremy play a lot of stuff. We play everything
Yes.
under the sun. So the whole thing is me and Jeremy want to get our central thing. Now, just to clarify, that does not mean by any stretch of the imagination that means only me and Jeremy. Grant can obviously hop
Yes.
in. Anyone can hop in. I think that's why the name speaks for itself there. It's all around. That means any of our guys can jump in. That means we could be playing any game.
Yep.
It means anything. We can keep it very... we're keeping it very non-descriptive to have it be open to everyone. That's the whole point. So, yeah, just to clarify, that's me and Jeremy's main now gaming. So if me and or Jeremy is talking about doing any type of now Twitch stream,
It'll be on the All Around Gaming channel.
which you can still see on Players of the Round Table's
Yes.
Twitch channel as well, but just so you guys know, though, if you want direct feedback and direct conversation, the All Around Gaming is where me and Jeremy will specifically be Twitch streaming.
And you're going to see some subtle changes because as we are introducing the All Around Gaming and as we are currently identifying as the All Around Podcast, that means new logos.
Yeah.
So we're going to have new logos. We're going to have a new logo for Players Around Table. We're going to have a new banner. We're going to have a lot more community aspects to it. And we're really going to give you guys the absolute best that we can through one possible source.
Yeah.
And that is what we've been working towards. This is finally here.
We're very excited.
And we couldn't be any more excited.
Here.
Yeah, we're
here.
we're super amped.
Grant's here. Grant
I'm
is
here. I am
We
in the
here.
room.
I think a big thing me and Jeremy hit, and possibly even Grant as well, was I think a big thing that we had was all of us were putting out content. We were doing a lot, and we were encouraging one another. But I think an issue that a lot of us had was it was all together. We were all in a community, but it was all
But
very
it wasn't
individual.
together for you guys.
Exactly.
It was together for us.
Yes.
And we felt that. And we would refer to Grant. We would refer to Kyle. We would refer to Zach. And you guys would have
Yeah.
no idea who we were talking about.
It felt very disconnected, and I think this is the best way to encompass how we've been always playing to how everyone can now always view it.
Yep.
I think that really clarifies it probably the best way. Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting married.
You are.
You are.
But at the same time, you always were.
What's my ring, bitch?
So, I would like to personally say that I think that this idea is absolutely fantastic.
There it is.
But wait, is it absolutely fucking fantastic?
Yes.
There it is.
That is the second thing. This movement and Destiny 2 are the only things that have
Equivalent.
gotten absolutely fucking fantastic. Which means I think that this movement is just as good as that game. So you should play it.
So,
Sponsored.
Jeremy.
On your Xbox One X.
So, Jeremy,
So,
I
Nick.
usually have my closing segment for the podcast, but I feel like we should kind of do like a new kind of closing segment.
I think so too.
Balls in your court, sir.
Oh boy, oh man, I
I
get to
know.
pick the closing segment.
I know, I'm passing
Okay.
the torch.
Okay, well, from here on out, the closing segment will still stick with good evening, good night, good luck. We
Mhm.
gotta have that in there, because
Yeah.
that's our thing.
Yes.
That's our thing.
Well, at least for the podcast.
Yeah, oh, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But, you guys can check us out at facebook.com/players of the round table, and you can check out every single player of that round table and all of the content that we keep spinning towards you right on Facebook.
There we go, guys. So on that note, good evening, good night, and good luck.
He said it.
Have a
See
good
you
one,
guys.
guys.